Okay, a few things. I'm having a hard time figuring out what to do with all my recyclables. Now, I know a lot of people say, "Oh, that's easy," or just throw them away, or just recycle them. The thing is, you can't just um, throw out stupid answers like that. Well, not stupid, but like vague answers. Like it's almost like that person that says, "Oh well, if you're homeless, just buy a house," right? It's like someone says, "I'm homeless and I don't have a house. What do I do?" Well, what would you think of a person that said, "Just buy a house"? What would you think of that person that said that? You would think that guy's a complete idiot, right? Or woman, whoever says it. Because they say, well, if you're homeless, just buy a house and you won't be homeless anymore. Same thing when someone says, I'm overweight and I can't lose weight. And they say, well, just diet and exercise. That's a person that's a moron that says those things. Because they don't realize that it's easier said than done. Here's another example. I'm addicted to drugs. I need help. And the person says, well, just stop doing drugs then. You see how I'm starting to paint a picture of what a moron sounds like? If those things were easy to accomplish, people would not be fat, because I don't think people want to be fat. I don't think people want to be ugly. I don't think people want to be discriminated. I don't think people want to be homeless. Some people might want to be homeless, but other people want a good life, and they work and they don't really get anywhere in life despite them working very hard. So what I'm saying right now is I have a lot of recyclables because I consume a lot of drinks and food, and a lot of the things that I consume has recycled plastics on it. Now, if you don't think this is a big problem, you might not know this, but the world actually doesn't know what the hell to do with all this damn plastic. So I am not alone in this. The thing is, I feel like it's the problem is there's a miscalculation in my brain where it's telling me if I throw it in the trash, it's a waste. Because in California, they charge you 10% per bottle, right? Because there's a California redemption tax. So if I throw it in the trash, it's like I'm actually throwing dimes in the trash. Let's say I have 10 bottles of water, or 12, let's say I have 10 gallons of plastic water gallons. And you say, well, just throw it in the trash. Well, that's throwing away $1. Like an actual dollar. They will give you back $1. Now, no one in their right mind wants to throw away money. I don't think anybody throws money in the trash, because that's like me saying, oh, do you have any change in your pocket? Well, go to your trash can and throw that change in your pocket. Every time you make change for $1, get that change and throw it in the trash can. How does that make sense, right? So in California, we have a California redemption tax where everything that we purchase, every plastic bottle that we purchase, is actually money. It was taxed either 5 or 10 cents, depending on the size of the bottle. And that money is returned when you recycle it. Now here's the thing. We buy so many of these plastic things in California, and we pay so many California redemption taxes on everything. And the thing is that you can't go to a redemption place and just go with one bottle and say, here's my bottle, where's my 5 cents? They'll give you the 5 cents, but you're gonna be waiting in line for about 20 minutes, plus you're gonna spend the gas to go there, because it's not where you live. It's actually somewhere a little farther than where you live. You have to spend the gas, the time, and all kinds of other opportunity costs start to rack up. Until you go to the place, you wait in line for 10-20 minutes. This is all an opportunity cost, so it all gets calculated in your brain. Could you imagine drinking a soda, and then like 1 minute later you're left with the bottle, and then you're like, all right, do I go to the recycling place and get my nickel back? What ends up happening is you drink a bottle, and then you have a bin in your home where you put the bottles in, and you let them accumulate for a year, and then at the end of the year you recycle all your shit in one day, and you get back like $40 to $50, sometimes $80 to $120. So that means every year every single person spends about $100 a year in plastic, in California redemption plastic. Now if you say, well, then just do that, just do what you're doing. Now here's the problem, brother. There's more problem. It's more of a complicated thing than you think. One, storing all that shit in your house attracts rodents. It attracts, if you don't clean that shit out, also if you rinse out all your shit, it costs you water, it costs you time to rinse it out. And also it's a storage cost. Like let's say you were in a 3-bedroom home, right? And you got that home all to yourself, but you devote one room of that house, you devote that to your recyclables, and you just throw all your recyclables into that one room. Well, that one room is going to be occupied for a whole year, actually forever, because that's always going to be the place where you throw your bottles. And it doesn't matter if it's in your yard, if it's inside your house. The space is being occupied, and that's rent space. That's space that could be used for something else. It's occupied in your home, and also let's say it was in your room, it was one of those rooms. You could rent a room for $400 or $500 a month in California. You could rent out your room for $400 or $500 a month, and to occupy it full of garbage for a whole year, every year,